Hi, and welcome to the Chapter 7 vocabulary video. I'm having fun with special effects here. All right, the first vocabulary term is attractive force. So attractive forces are also known as intermolecular forces. They are forces that hold molecules together. Basically, all of them have to do with attraction between opposite charges. And there's different types of attractive forces. So I'll go through them on this list. So the weakest type are the London forces. London forces are caused by temporary dipoles that form when electrons sort of fly around and become unevenly distributed. So London forces are the weakest type of attractive force, and they are the only force that you find in nonpolar molecules. So they're particularly important for nonpolar molecules. The next strongest force are the dipole-dipole attractions, another type of attractive force. These occur between two polar molecules, the attraction between their opposite charged poles. Then there's hydrogen bonding, and hydrogen bonding is not truly a bond, it's actually an attractive force. It's a very strong type of dipole-dipole attraction that involves a hydrogen that's bonded to either a fluorine, nitrogen, or oxygen, one of those three big electron hogs. Then the fourth type of attractive force are the ion dipole attractions, and those are between ions, so cations or anions, and some kind of polar molecule. So technically, this last one, ionic attractions, are that's actually a chemical bond. It's not a weak intermolecular force. It's a very strong chemical bond, but it is a type of attraction. It's an attraction between a cation, positively charged ion, and an anion, a negatively charged ion. That's an ionic attraction. All right, so those are the different attractive forces. Now I'm going to skip to changes of state. All right, change of state or a phase change is a physical change where substances go from being solid, liquid, gas, and switch their physical state. So some of the important ones to know the definitions of: condensation is going from a gas to a liquid. Vaporization is going from liquid to gas. Melting is going from solid to liquid, and freezing is going from liquid to solid. Boiling point is the temperature at which vaporization occurs. It's the temperature at which a substance goes from the liquid state to the gas state. The golden rule of solubility is that like dissolves like. It is that things that have similar attractive forces are soluble in one another. Hydration is a term for basically adding something to water. When you hydrate, you're drinking water. So when you add a salt, some kind of salt, an ionic compound, to water and dissolve it, you are hydrating it. An induced dipole is a set of partial charges, partial negative and partial positive charges, that can happen when one atom has electrons that are flying around, and then they temporarily distribute unevenly and cause a dipole, and then they induce a dipole in the atom next to them. So they cause the atom next to them to become polarized as well. Intermolecular forces are the same thing as attractive forces. They're forces between molecules. I did that one. Permanent dipole. So an induced dipole versus a permanent dipole. So permanent dipole is what exists on polar molecules, on molecules that have unequal electronegativities. And so one atom is constantly pulling and hogging electrons from the others. Those have a permanent dipole. Induced dipoles are temporary. Solubility is the ability of two things to mix evenly together. And a salt is any ionic compound. An ionic compound is a salt, not just sodium chloride, but any metal plus a nonmetal is something we call a salt in chemistry. And that's Chapter 7 for you.